Magistrate orders Kat Matlala to languish in jail. 18 celebrities on Kat Matlala and Getiso Molefi's death by shooting hit list shot. Some of them survived, but others were ruthlessly killed. Adding to the drama, firearms connected to Matlala and his associate Getiso Molefe have now been traced to 18 separate cases of murder and attempted murder scattered across the country, raising questions about whether they were at the heart of what some are calling South Africa's most dangerous hit squad operation. The unfolding story begins in the Alexandra Magistrates Court, where Magistrate Syta Prinsloo has ruled that Matlala must remain behind bars. The decision comes after a high-profile bail hearing that has captured national attention, especially as it overlaps with Mkhwanazi's explosive testimony at the commission. Matlala, a 49-year-old figure known for his business dealings and connections to powerful people, faces charges including conspiracy to commit murder, 3 counts of attempted murder, and money laundering. These stem from a 2023 incident on the N1 highway near Santan, where actress and socialite Tebogo Tobejene was targeted in a shooting that left her friend with a severe spinal cord injury. The state argues that this case fits into a larger pattern of targeted attacks linked to Matlala's past relationship with Tobejene, highlighting concerns about threats to personal safety in high society circles. During the bail proceedings, prosecutors presented compelling evidence to show why Matlala is considered a flight risk and a potential danger if released. They pointed to his alleged access to a private jet, properties in Mauritius, and a fraudulent identity document from Eswatini found on his phone. Cell phone records reveal that Matlala crossed the Oshok border point into Eswatini on foot 3 times, first departing on February 11, 2024, and returning the next day, then leaving again on April 19, 2024, with no official record of his return to South Africa. The state claims this document, bearing a different surname like Dlamini, was sent to him by his wife, Tsagane, who is also a co-accused in the case. Matlala's defense team, led by senior counsel advocate Lawrence Hodds, has strongly denied these claims, insisting that any evidence on his devices was planted by police to sabotage his bail application. He has also rejected owning a private jet or boat, accusing the investigating officer of providing false information under oath. Beyond the flight risk, the court heard about Matlala's alleged involvement in other incidents, including attempts on the lives of taxi boss Joe Sibanyoni in 2022 and DJ Vetis in 2024. Magistrate Prinsloo noted a consistent pattern in these events, where similar methods were used in targeted shootings, suggesting a repeated approach that could endanger more people if Matlala were freed.
The pattern of allegations across 3 separate incidences, the Tobejane shooting, the Sibanyoni shooting, and the DJ Weti shooting, suggests a repeated modus operandi involving target violence. Even accepting that the applicant disputes the allegation, the gravity and the consistency of the state's version creates a substantial risk that his release would endanger the safety and the security of the complainants and the wider community.
She emphasized that Matlala failed to prove any exceptional circumstances, such as pressing health issues like his chronic asthma and tonsillitis, or family responsibilities, that would justify his release.
In the bail application brought in terms of Schedule 6 of the Criminal Procedure Act, the onus rests on the applicant to satisfy the court on a balance of probabilities that exceptional circumstances exist which in the interests of justice justify his release. Having evaluated the evidence, the court finds the applicant has failed to demonstrate that he does not pose a flight risk. The applicant has failed to dispel the risk of interference with state witnesses and obstruction of justice. The nature and seriousness of the offences demonstrate a clear danger to the safety of the community. The state's case viewed at this stage cannot be described as weak. The application for bail is accordingly refused.
The case has been postponed to October 7th, leaving Matlala in custody as investigations continue.
We welcome the judgment as the NPA. It is one that proves that the collaborative efforts of the criminal justice system are bearing fruits. We have provided an avalanche of evidence to substantiate our claims as the NPA in terms of convincing the court that the accused is not a suitable candidate to be released on bail. we have substantiated such allegations with evidential material, amongst them proving that he has an illegal ID from Eswatini and therefore it's a flight risk. He has business interests abroad, and as well as the fact that he's a danger to society. And with every allegation that we brought before court, we were able to substantiate with evidence, though the burden was not on the state to convince the court, because we recall that in bail application processes, the evidentiary burden lies with the accused. Is the one who's supposed to convince the court on a balance of probabilities.
We cannot rule out the possibility that at a later stage we will then go back and investigate why do we have more than 13 cases withdrawn against Kat Matlala. We will go back to ask ourselves why was he not found guilty in some of these cases. I mean, you're talking about a 2006 cash and transit heist that he was found not guilty on.
What makes this even more intriguing is the revelation about the firearms tied to Matlala and Molefe. South African Police Service spokesperson Brigadier Atenda Mate announced outside the court that an AK-47 assault rifle and 2 pistols seized in connection with these men have been ballistically linked to 18 cases of murder and attempted murder, plus other serious offenses. The AK-47 alone connects to several high-profile killings. The attempted murder of Joe Sibanyoni outside the Centurion Golf Estate on August 10, 2022, the murders of DJ Somebody and his 2 bodyguards in Woodmead in November 2022, the killing of Don Tingleni on the N1 near the N17 off-ramp in March 2023, and the death of Armand Swart in April 2024, which investigators believe was a tragic case of mistaken identity. One of the pistols has been matched to the attempted murder of DJ Vetis, while the weapons overall tie into a broader array of crimes that span provinces. These links paint a picture of a sophisticated operation, with the firearms moving through criminal networks. For instance, the same AK-47 used in DJ Somebody's case, where he and his bodyguards Sibusiso Mukwena and Sandile Mieza were gunned down in a barrage of bullets, also appeared in the Tingleni incident, where the victim was driving a BMW 5 Series before being fatally shot. DJ Vintos, real name Hector Buthelezi, met a similar fate outside a nightclub in Orlando East in March 2022, allegedly by suspects in a BMW X3. Investigators have charged 3 alleged hitmen, Musa Gegana, Michael Puletau, and Floyd Mabusela, with Tingleni's murder, and they now face additional charges for the deaths of DJ Somebody and DJ Vintos. Mate noted that the AK-47 from the Tobichene shooting remains missing, with police still searching for it, but the ballistic evidence has grown from 10 to 18 cases, underscoring the scale of this network. Matlala's connections extend further, including a 360 million rand contract awarded to him by the South African Police Service in 2024, which was later cancelled amid scrutiny.
I'm gonna just fix something that you just said. I'm not only close friend to Kate, I'm close friend to both of them.
Both of them, yeah.
Yeah, most person I was spending most of them was them. Actually what happened, I was for my meetings, a friend of mine who was with the boat of the Chan. I'm not gonna mention his name in this moment, I'm just gonna keep it. Call me and then send me a message that I have approved. Was on the 2023 on the 17th of October. I think it was around past 5. Who invited me to join them on the signature in Morningside Shopping Center. They were with them. Okay, I was having a little bit of delay on my way to reach where they were. And then when he called me again, and then Teboro grabbed the phone from her, tell me how far are you? And then I said to her that I'm not far from where you guys are. And then I arrived where they were in the signature. We sit, we all chill. You know?
Yeah.
I think they were ordering food and the drinks. And then when we seated there, I think I spent more than 1 hour. And then I decided to leave to go to my house because I'm just 5 minutes away from there.
You left them at the restaurant?
Okay. When I was leaving, the friend who invited me said, since you are leaving, you're paying the bill, I'm going to leave with you, drop me at the hotel. Okay. I said, no problem. And then I dropped at the hotel, I went to my house.
So you left Tebogo with?
I left Tebogo
with another friend?
With a couple of a friend of her.
Okay.
And then I went to my house. When I was seated, about 1 hour, I received a call from one of Tebogo's friends. Said to me, no, please, you need to come because they shoot Tebogo. And then I thought that maybe I was dreaming when I heard the news because I was just with about an hour ago. And then how come she was being shot? Because I left the inside signature.
Yeah.
And then when I was asking for direction, when she was explaining to me, she said, when you come out to shopping center, you turn left, you pass the police station, you go down. There's a circle down. When you pass the circle, there's a garage. They see a car just take over them, start shooting from the back. And then I was very shocked.
Okay.
And then I called a friend who invited me to signature. I said, look, they shot the Teboro. Can I pick you up or when? I think he was delayed. And then I rushed to the scene of crime.
And we'll get to what happened when they also eventually got to the hospital. But did you share any information about where Tebo Potobejane was to either Kat Matlala, who's your close friend, or anybody for that matter?
Yeah, look, I don't see a reason of me sharing a location or communicate with anyone who was against Tebo on that moment, according to her. I never share any location with anybody because if I did share location, the police have a power, especially the team who are investigating the matter. You know, they have a power to find out. Even if I lie, I don't tell the truth, they have a power to find out. You understand? I never share any location. Teboro, she's just lying to everybody. He need attention to people. He's trying to involve them, to involve me on the things that I don't know, that I was not even part of that. I was not even planning to anything just because I stopped talking to her.
Why did you stop talking to her? Why do you think she would lie and, as you say, argue that you are one of the people that helped Kat Matlala try and murder her?
I'll give you a reason why. Number one, you must understand Teboro is under drugs. I'm not only the person that Teboro is accusing. He's accusing a lot of people. I have all the evidence of everyone that she's fighting about. She's fighting high-profile people. She been accusing on that day. Because when I arrived in the scene of crime when he was done there, she's the person who gave me a location to where to find her at the hospital. And then I arrived there at the hospital. There was no police. I'm the person who called the police to arrive in the scene of crime. I took my phone, I called General Masha because I have access on them, because I'm one of the activity on the GBV on gender-based violence. That's what I communicate with them when there's any problem. You understand? Why must I go to be part of that? And then on the later stage, I'm the person who activated for this case to go further. Because after the hospital, when the police came, and then I called Teboro on the side, I said, please, what happened to you? No one can be happy with that. And then she forced me to share a live on my Instagram about what happened to her. And then I was refusing on that. The reason why I was refusing, I said to her, look, what happened to you since the bullet did not get you? If I go live, they might see where we are. They might come here. Yeah. She said to me, no, you don't need to worry. Since you called the police here, you can go live. And then I did go for live.
So you went live?
I went live on my Instagram to address
you to do that.
She asked me to do that.
To announce to the public that
what happened to her. And then I went live. And then I was in the hospital with her until the police arrived. You understand? And then I don't see a reason of me being involved on that. You understand? And then I sit a couple of hours with her at the hospital, and then I left, I go home. If I leave, I ask, I say, please, you need to be honest to me, because if anything happened to you, I'll be the first person to ask. Tell me what is going on in your life.
Thanks for watching.